Okay, this is a demo of this modified radial arm saw project. I removed the wood cutting circular saw part off of this machine and replaced it with this angle grinder. This is a small 4.5 inch and also 4.5 amp, or is it 7 amp? I don't know. Eventually, I wanted to put a 7-inch angle grinder on here, but this has worked out so well, might not have to. So I fabricated these brackets. This is perfectly rigid, runs perfectly true. This is a jig or a fixture that's bolted to the table, and the whole concept of this thing, or the whole idea for it, was to rip this 1/4 inch and 3/16 angle lengthwise. These pieces are 14 inches long, 13 and 7/8 inches long, and most of them are 3/16. Some of them are 1/4 inch. We do a lot of both, and they have to be trimmed or ripped lengthwise for the part that this is being used for. And I've done it with the plasma cutter. I've done it with a diamond blade in an angle grinder, a regular cutoff wheel in an angle grinder. You have to measure it, mark it, etch it, then you're leaning into it, trying to follow the line. And you know, if you were doing just one of those, it'd be fine. But I've made 150 of these here in the past year or so, and we expect to do a couple hundred more over the next year. So I needed a way that was quicker, safer, more precise, and this is it. So, okay, so we just set the angle. Oh, let me crank up the table a little bit. I mean, lower the. I also had I modified this crank too. Little piece of aluminum on there. But anyway, the steel angle just fits in there against this fixture, this 2-part jig that's in there. There's no clamping needed anymore. I've modified it numerous times. This thing's been apart and together several times over the past week. But this is the final one. So you just put the angle in there. It's wired up to the original switch that used to turn on the wood cutting saw. So it'll be a little noisy. I'm not going to talk during the cut, and let's see what happens here. Okay, now it's quiet enough I can hear myself. All right, so that was a pretty deep cut, maybe deeper than I did on the test cuts. One more pass, and that will be through there. That'll cut that off. And it works. And the cuts are perfect, perfectly straight and true. The dimension is precise. When we put this against the other piece that it gets welded to, it just works out perfect. Doing it by hand, whether it was with the plasma cutter or the other angle grinder, it just never came out this perfect because you're doing it freehand, so to speak. So anyway, I guess I could do the second pass and actually cut this. I'm just trying to keep the video real short. So let me